I did this whole little cute. Matter of fact, the intro should still have the audio. So, well, hello there. I know I have mentioned being back this year. Sorry. I'll try to make this quick because I'm only going to do this in one take, and this is the test video with this new setup. Google is about to make a decision that I think is going to impact maybe less than 20% of users of Android for the maybe 30, maybe less than 30. But it's going to impact in a way that probably will piss a lot of people off because there might be more behind the scene decisions being made or reasons for these decisions being made. Quick plug, feel free to go to essenceofzen.org, and by the time this video goes up, you should be able to see a post from me. Google brings the lockdown. No more side loading, we bail. Based on Google's own publication, and this is through the Android developers blog, which you can find at android-developers.googleblog.com. They're going to remove the ability for users of any Android device starting next year, rolling out in different countries, non-US countries, but will eventually also target the US. But they want to prevent you from sideloading apps that don't have signage from verified developers. And they're promoting it as if it's a means due to security. It's not. Point blank, simple, it's not. If you are new to this channel or technology in general and you're curious as to what side loading is, side loading has been one of the reasons why a lot of Android users prefer Android over things like, in the past, Windows Phone, Apple phones, and well, technically now it's just Android and Apple for the most part, sadly. But it's why people typically chose Android. When you go to the Google Play Store, you have a plethora of various different applications that you can download that have supposedly been verified through Google, but their verification processes, and they've gotten better, but they haven't always been great. But those are applications that Google tries to stand behind as these are safe, these are well checked, they've been scanned, there shouldn't be any viruses, no backdoors, etc. Blah, 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 blah. And the developers who sell their, not the free ones, but sell their apps on the Play Store, Google gets a cut of the purchases made for those sales. Well, with Android, if you wanted to, you could find what are known as APK files. APK files are essentially like the installation files for an application for the Android platform. And you could, on your device, enable it so that you can install apps that do not come from the Google Play Store directly. Myself especially, I like to use a particular alternative app market known as F-Droid. And I'll even bring up F-Droid actually. So just for clarification, F-Droid is a part of the FOSS movement, F-O-S-S, which is free open source software. And essentially it wants to be a alternative to the Play Store because you don't need to sign in with credentials. You're not tracked. You're not feeding your patterns to Google. It is literally just... I'm gonna have to do a lot of tricky editing to make this coherent. I think originally I was talking about F-Droid. Okay, so what is F-Droid? F-Droid is an installable catalog of FOSS, free and open source software applications for the Android platform. The client makes it easy to browse, install, and keep track of updates on your device. It is a legitimate alternative to the Google Play Store for Android applications in its platform. So people who have been targeted by Google, rightfully or illegitimately. And if you're curious as to, well, who would have their account targeted, locked, and or deleted by Google without any good reason, I actually have a colleague, who went through this a few years ago, where for no good reason, his account was targeted and deleted for saying it broke terms without explaining what those broken terms were. And the account in question was connected to like a family chain of accounts, and they lost a lot of things, from photos, documents, from Google Photos to Google Drive, your email from, your Gmail, all that jazz, just gone. And of course, if your Google account is banned or locked, that means you won't be able to sign in to the Play Store on your Android device, because Google has, over the years, really pushed for linking all of your Android connectivity to their services. And to be fair, it's their platform. They can do that, but it sucks. Now, what sucks even more is this decision here. And I'll tell you why this decision for them to go in this direction of locking down the ability to sideload. They claim it's for a new layer of security for certified Android devices. No, it's not. And the reason how we know it's not is because in order to sideload applications, in order to be able to install an Android app on your phone that did not come from the Play Store, that may have been a APK file that you transferred from your computer to your device, or a friend sent you, or even from an alternative market like F-Droid, here, you have to go through various different menus. Give me a second, because you have to go into the special, it varies depending on who your OEM is. Is your phone a Samsung? Is it a Pixel? Is it a nothing phone? But essentially it'll be in the, I just lost it. Oh, install unknown apps. When you go to here, it'll have various different applications that can be leveraged to install, be it your browser, Drive. In my case, I also have, let's see if I can, you might not be able to, I'll take a screenshot and just magic of editing. But I have F-Droid here set to allow installing unknown applications or unknown apps. The average everyday user doesn't go in to literally track that down to enable that feature. So you've already did a great job creating a border so people aren't willy-nilly just installing any app that someone sends them or they find off on the internet without protection. And we could have assumed this was coming because Google has actually been ramping up various different ads and commercial saying, you can only trust applications on the Google Play Store. Which one is not great. And it's like the little cloud app icon guy dancing, and they delete them. Or one, I believe, is like the alien or something. But all of that is pretty much, dare I say the word, propaganda. Because on the actual Google Android Play Store, you have applications that will have malware. Now, Google does a good job of trying to find it occasionally, finding them before a user downloads them, or sometimes they rely on the community. The community will go in, find something problematic, and let them know, and then report it, and hopefully they respond speedily enough to remove the application in question. But you already have a safety feature in place. That's your security. And look, I'm not sorry. If I choose to want to download an application that, some non-approved developer has created and sent me to beta test, I want to be able to do that. You didn't buy me this phone. I bought the phone. I own the phone. I should be able to do with what I want with the phone that I own. And I'm seeing this happen more and more from various different companies. You have Microsoft, and I'm pointing at my computer monitors here for this recording setup. Microsoft constantly trying to shovel, I'm gonna say it, Cortana, co-pilot down your throat. Every time you do a system update, it wants to pull in to tell you to try to forcefully link your Microsoft account so you can do the OneDrive backup. No, shut the hell up. I don't want to use OneDrive backup for my systems. I don't want to link a Microsoft account to my systems. So that's the state that we're in currently. Companies are overstepping to try to control what you do with your own devices. I can only hope that more developers will either fork AOSP, Android Open Source Project, and try to take Android in a more supportive direction away from Google, as well as hopefully new blood can enter the market and maybe take something like RISC-V and create an entirely new operating system for both desktop and mobile. Because right now, I kind of hate to say it, but Microsoft and Google have essentially just signed the papers that put them in the lowest running for recommended companies, platforms, applications, etc. Right now, I'm tempted to try to move everything to Linux. And while I'm not a fan of Apple, at least Apple doesn't play around with giving you this false sense of, giving you freedom only to snatch it away at a moment's notice. So, again, feel free to go to essenceofzen.org if you want to read the full, more beefy bit of information about my thoughts on this. Hopefully this video does well in terms of quality, sound, video, etc. I gotta get used to this new setup, and I still have more to do with it. We'll do more coverage about what I'm doing in the studio, the workshop rather, but I have to stop. I just sat down to do this real quick, but I have my car waiting on me because I have to do some maintenance on it. So, I have been Zane, Zenokami Blaylock. I will see you all in the next video and or the next stream. No, you guys can't watch me work on my car. I'm not a decent mechanic. But I will see you all in the next one. But until then, as always, take care.
Live it up, live it up, live it up.